The truth about Lamine Yamal. With the 2024 football season in full swing, there's one name that's been buzzing in the football world, a name that might just define the future of the sport. No, it's not just the usual suspects like Mbappé, Haaland or Messi. It's a young prodigy who's taken the football world by storm. Lamine Yamal. But who exactly is Lamine Yamal? And why is everyone talking about him? Imagine this. You're 16 years old, and instead of worrying about school exams or hanging out with friends, you're making history on one of the biggest stages in world football. That's exactly what Lamine Yamal is doing. He is not just another player breaking through the ranks. He is potentially the next big thing in football, a player who could change the game for years to come. But with all this attention comes the inevitable question. Is the hype around Lamine Yamal justified? Or are we simply witnessing another case of a young talent being overhyped before he's even had a chance to prove himself? Born in Barcelona in 2007, Lamine Yamal has football in his blood. His journey to the top has been nothing short of remarkable. From a young age, it was clear that he wasn't just another kid with a passion for football, but he was something special. By the time he was a teenager, he was already making waves in Barcelona's youth academy, La Masia, which has produced some of the greatest players in history. But even in a place known for nurturing talent, Yamal stood out. His rise through the ranks was meteoric, and before long, he was making his first team debut for Barcelona at just 15 years old. Now, let's put that into perspective. Playing for Barcelona's first team is a dream for millions of young players around the world. It is a club that has seen legends like Messi, Xavi and Iniesta grace its pitch. And here was Lamine Yamal, 15-year-old, stepping onto the same field, wearing the same iconic jersey and breaking records in the process. He became the youngest player to ever make a first-team appearance for Barcelona, and that's not just impressive, it's historic. But it's not just his age that's turning heads. It is his incredible skill set. Yamal isn't just another young player with potential. He's got the kind of talent that makes you stop and watch. His ball control is exceptional. His dribbling is mesmerizing, and his ability to read the game is beyond his years. He plays with a maturity that belies his age, making decisions on the pitch that even seasoned professionals would envy. Of course, with great talent comes great scrutiny, and Yamal, despite his young age, is no exception. Football fans and pundits are notorious for building players up only to tear them down at the first sign of weakness. It's a pattern we've seen time and time again. A young player bursts onto the scene, is hailed as the next big thing, and then crumbles under the weight of expectation. So, is Lamine Yamal destined for the same fate, or is he truly different? Critics argue that Yamal is too young, that he's not ready for the physical and mental demands of top-level football. They point to the numerous young talents who have been thrust into the spotlight too early, only to burn out or suffer career-threatening injuries. And when you're playing for a club like Barcelona, the pressure is immense. The expectations are sky high, and the scrutiny is relentless. Every mistake is magnified, every misstep analysed, and for a 16-year-old, that kind of pressure can be overwhelming. But those who have seen Yamal play up close will tell you a different story. They'll tell you that this kid is special, that he has something that sets him apart from the countless other young talents who have come before him. They'll tell you that Lamine Yamal has the potential to be one of the best players in the world. So what exactly makes Lamine Yamal so special? Let's start with his technical skills. Yamal has a natural ability that's hard to teach. His ball control, especially in tight spaces, is second to none. He has a low centre of gravity, which allows him to manoeuvre around defenders with ease. He can change direction in a split second. leaving defenders chasing shadows. And then there's his vision. Yamal sees passes that most players wouldn't even think of, let alone attempt. It's this combination of attributes that makes him so dangerous on the pitch. But technical skills alone don't make a great player. It's the mental side of the game that often separates the good from the great. And this is where Yamal might just have an edge over others. Despite his age, he plays with a maturity that belies his years. He doesn't shy away from responsibility, often demanding the ball in crucial moments. This kind of mentality is rare, especially in someone so young. It's the kind of mindset that could see him not just survive at the top level, but thrive. However, it's important to acknowledge the risks that come with Yamal's rapid rise. Football history is littered with stories of young players who were once tipped for greatness only to fall short due to a variety of factors: injuries, burnout, or simply the inability to cope with the pressure. Yamal's age is both his greatest asset and his biggest risk. The physical demands of professional football are immense, and Yamal is still growing, still developing his body. The risk of injury is always there, and a serious injury at this stage of his career could have long-lasting consequences. And then there's the mental aspect of the game. The pressure of playing for a club like Barcelona, the constant comparisons to legends, and the ever-present media scrutiny. These are challenges that could overwhelm even the most seasoned professionals, let alone a teenager. And let's not forget the expectations of the fans. Barcelona supporters are passionate and demanding. They expect nothing less than excellence, and they're not afraid to voice their displeasure when things don't go their way. For a young player like Yamal, the pressure to perform can be immense. But if there's one thing that could work in Yamal's favour, it's the environment he's in. Barcelona has a long history of nurturing young talent, from Messi to Xavi to Iniesta. The club knows how to handle young prodigies, how to protect them, and how to bring them through at the right pace. Yamal is in the right place to develop his talent, surrounded by experienced professionals who know what it takes to succeed at the highest level. One of the key factors in Yamal's favour is the support system around him. Barcelona's coaching staff are experienced in dealing with young talents, and they understand the importance of managing his development carefully. They'll need to ensure he's not overexposed or overworked too soon, that he's given the time and space to grow, both as a player and as a person. This kind of support is crucial for a young player like Yamal, who's still finding his way in the world of professional football. Another factor that could work in Yamal's favour is his own mentality. Despite the hype and pressure, he seems to have a good head on his shoulders. He's focused on his game, and he's not letting the attention distract him from what's important. This kind of focus and determination is rare in someone so young, and it could be the key to his success. Of course, it's still early days in Lamine Yamal's career. He's only 16, and there's a long way to go before we can definitively say whether he'll live up to the hype. But the signs are promising. He has the talent, the mentality, and the support system to succeed at the highest level. The question now is whether he can continue to develop, continue to improve, and continue to handle the pressure that comes from being one of the most talked about young players in the world. Outro. The football world is watching closely, eager to see what the future holds for Lamine Yamal. The potential is there, no doubt about it. But potential is just that, potential. It's what you do with it that counts, and for Yamal, the journey is just beginning. Is he the next big thing in football, or just another young talent caught up in the hype machine? The truth is, it's a bit too early to tell. But one thing is for sure, the football world will be watching closely, eager to see the next chapter in the story of this young prodigy.